Seniors, listen carefully. Your daily handful of nuts might be doing more harm than good. Yes, even the ones you've been told are healthy could be quietly damaging your heart, increasing inflammation, raising blood pressure, and even accelerating cognitive decline. But here's the twist. Some of the least expected nuts, the ones rarely talked about, may actually shield your brain, strengthen your bones, and support your thyroid in ways most seniors never hear about. And yes, one popular snack nut that's sitting in most pantries? It's linked to toxic buildup in your body over time, and we'll expose it today. In this video, we're going deep into the 5 nuts every senior over 60 should eat, and the 5 you must avoid at all costs. One of them will likely surprise you. Maybe it's one you're eating right now. So stay with me till the end. Your strength, focus, and long-term vitality could depend on it. We often hear that nuts are a healthy snack, and they can be, but only if you're eating the right ones. For seniors, choosing the right nut can mean the difference between supporting your joints, brain, heart, and bones, or unknowingly triggering issues like inflammation, high blood pressure, or digestion troubles. That's why this next part of the video is so important. We're about to reveal the top 5 nuts that every senior should be eating, especially if you're over 60 and want to maintain strength, energy, clarity, and balance. These nuts aren't just good for you. They've been backed by studies, praised by nutritionists, and loved by long-living cultures around the world. And we're starting with one that nearly everyone has in their kitchen. Yet few understand just how powerful it truly is. Nut number 1. Almonds, the bone and brain booster. Almonds aren't just a crunchy snack, they're a daily defense system for aging bodies. If you're over 60, you're naturally at higher risk for bone density loss. That means falls become more dangerous, fractures heal slower, and bones become more brittle over time. But just a quarter cup of almonds per day delivers about 97 milligrams of calcium, giving your body a solid boost to help fight back against natural bone loss. But calcium alone isn't enough. Almonds also contain magnesium, a mineral that acts like a traffic cop, guiding calcium into your bones where it belongs, and keeping it out of your arteries, where it can cause dangerous blockages. And the benefits don't stop there. Almonds are packed with vitamin E, one of the most powerful antioxidants for brain protection. As we age, our brain cells are more vulnerable to oxidative stress, but vitamin E helps shield those cells, preserving memory, clarity, and focus. Their monounsaturated fats support heart health, helping to lower bad LDL cholesterol levels, a critical factor for seniors concerned about cardiovascular disease. Struggling with digestion? Almonds are a gentle yet effective solution. Each serving provides around 3.5 grams of fiber, which helps promote regularity and support gut health, something 40% of seniors report struggling with. And here's a surprising bonus. According to research from Tufts University, almonds may even help slow cognitive decline and support better mental processing in older adults. How to eat them? Enjoy 15 to 20 almonds per day, ideally raw or dry roasted, with no added salt or sugar. And for the biggest benefit, leave the skins on. That's where powerful flavonoids hide, which work hand in hand with vitamin E to supercharge antioxidant effects. Caution for some. If you have difficulty swallowing, take care. Almonds can be a choking hazard if not chewed well. But while almonds support your bones and brain, the next nut on our list focuses on something just as crucial: your heart and memory. And it even looks like the organ it helps the most: walnuts. The brain-shaped defender of cognitive health. Now, take a look at a walnut. Notice anything familiar? Its crinkled surface and divided halves almost mimic the human brain. And that's no coincidence when it comes to what this nut can do for seniors. Walnuts are widely regarded as one of the most powerful brain-supporting foods available, and that's largely due to their impressive content of plant-based omega-3 fatty acids, especially alpha-linolenic acid ALA. For older adults, these omega-3s are essential. They help preserve the integrity of brain cell membranes and assist in smooth neurotransmission, functions that often slow with age. But there's more. According to studies published in the Journal of Nutrition, seniors who included just 1.5 ounces of walnuts daily for 8 weeks experienced significant improvements in processing speed and mental flexibility. Two areas of cognitive function that often decline after 60. And it's not just about memory. Walnuts are also rich in polyphenols, powerful plant compounds that reduce neural inflammation and may even slow the progression of neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's. These polyphenols can cross the blood-brain barrier and actively calm inflammation within brain tissue. What's more, walnuts contain melatonin, a sleep-regulating hormone that naturally decreases as we age. Including walnuts in your evening snack could help promote better sleep quality, something that becomes increasingly elusive for many older adults. But it doesn't stop at brain health. Walnuts also provide arginine, an amino acid that improves blood vessel flexibility, a key factor for heart health in seniors. Combined with their antioxidants, this makes walnuts a great ally for those managing blood pressure or cardiovascular issues. To get the most out of walnuts, aim for 7 to 9 walnut halves per day and store them in the fridge to prevent their delicate oils from going rancid. And if you're up for a little extra brain training, try cracking them open yourself. That small effort helps maintain fine motor skills and coordination. Let's move to our third supernut, one that's small in size but mighty when it comes to heart health and vision. Pistachios, the green guardian of blood pressure and eye health. Don't let their size fool you. Pistachios may be one of the most underrated nuts for seniors. Packed with nutrients that directly support aging bodies, these vibrant green gems do more than satisfy a snack craving. They help regulate some of the most critical systems in your body. First and foremost, pistachios are rich in potassium, about 285 milligrams per serving, and have a naturally low sodium content. That's a rare combination, and it makes them powerful allies for anyone managing high blood pressure, a condition that affects over 60% of seniors. Research suggests that pistachios can lower systolic blood pressure by as much as 3 to 5 points, similar to the effect of some mild prescription medications, but without the side effects. But the benefits don't end there. Pistachios are also loaded with lutein and zeaxanthin, two carotenoids that concentrate in the retina and help protect against age-related macular degeneration, AMD, the leading cause of vision loss in adults over 60. If your eyes have felt more sensitive to light or you've noticed changes in clarity, the antioxidants in pistachios might be just what your eyes are craving. They're also gentle on digestion and the gums, unlike some of their harder nut cousins. Their natural antioxidant pigments, responsible for those distinctive green and purple hues, help neutralize free radicals that accelerate aging throughout the body, from the skin to your internal organs. And there's a behavioral bonus, too. The process of shelling pistachios slows down how quickly you eat them, which not only prevents overeating, but also promotes mindful eating, an approach linked to better digestion and even cognitive stimulation in older adults. If arthritis makes shelling difficult, simply look for half-opened pistachios in stores. A recommended serving for seniors is about 1 ounce per day, or roughly 49 pistachios, unsalted or lightly salted for best results. That small daily habit can support your heart, your eyesight, and your overall energy. Now let's head to South America, home of one of the most potent nuts for aging bodies. Brazil nuts, the thyroid-boosting, nerve-protecting powerhouse. If there's one nut that deserves a spot in every senior's kitchen, it's the Brazil nut. You may not eat it often, or maybe you've never tried it, but after hearing what it can do for your health, that might change today. What makes Brazil nuts so powerful? Selenium. just one Brazil nut contains up to 137% of your daily selenium needs, the highest known food source on the planet. Selenium is essential for proper thyroid function, which controls your metabolism, energy, and even mood. And here's the kicker. 1 in 5 seniors has a thyroid disorder, often undiagnosed because symptoms, like fatigue, memory fog, or weight gain, are mistaken for just aging. By supplying your body with this vital trace mineral, Brazil nuts support hormone regulation, prevent energy crashes, and help protect against mood disturbances linked to thyroid imbalance. But there's more. Selenium is also a powerful antioxidant. It supports the immune system, combats inflammation, and may even help preserve cognitive function by slowing the progression of degenerative conditions like Alzheimer's disease. Some research even suggests that selenium can help slow the shortening of telomeres, the protective caps on your DNA that shrink with age, meaning it may help slow down the biological clock itself. Brazil nuts also contain healthy fats that help preserve myelin, the protective sheath around your nerves, which declines with age. That's important for reflexes, balance, and reaction time, especially for seniors prone to falls or motor decline. But be careful. A little goes a long way. Because of their incredible selenium content, just 1 to 2 Brazil nuts per day is enough. Eating too many can lead to selenium overload, which may cause side effects. So treat these nuts like a powerful supplement, not a snack bowl filler. Keep them in the fridge. They're rich in oils that spoil quickly, and if possible, buy them in the shell to keep nutrients locked in longer. Next on our list is small, sweet, and often overlooked, but incredibly powerful. Hazelnuts, hero for heart, brain, and aging muscles. Don't let their size fool you. Hazelnuts may be one of the most underappreciated superfoods for seniors, quietly supporting your heart, brain, and muscles with every bite. First, hazelnuts are rich in vitamin E, a powerful antioxidant that protects cells from aging and oxidative damage. In fact, vitamin E has been directly linked to reduced risk of cognitive decline, making hazelnuts a smart snack for long-term brain health. But what makes hazelnuts really stand out for seniors is their high folate and manganese content. Folate supports circulation and nerve function, while manganese is essential for bone strength and metabolism, 2 areas that naturally decline with age. Hazelnuts are also loaded with heart-friendly monounsaturated fats, similar to those in olives. These fats help lower bad LDL cholesterol, increase good HDL cholesterol, and keep arteries clear and flexible, reducing the risk of stroke and heart disease, major concerns for seniors. Plus, they're a good source of magnesium, which plays a key role in muscle function and relaxation. That's especially important for seniors experiencing cramping, leg discomfort, or poor circulation. Another hidden perk? Hazelnuts support healthy digestion. Thanks to their fiber and antioxidant content, they help promote a balanced gut microbiome, which becomes increasingly important as digestion slows with age. A handful a day, around 20 hazelnuts, raw or dry roasted, is enough to tap into these benefits. Just skip the chocolate-covered versions or sugary mixes, which cancel out the positive effects. Now, while the right nuts can support strength and vitality, others do just the opposite. They may look healthy, they may sound familiar, but for seniors, these next nuts can quietly contribute to joint pain, inflammation, digestive issues, and even cognitive decline. So let's shift gears and talk about the worst nuts for aging bodies, the ones seniors should limit or avoid completely. And we're starting with one that's probably in your pantry right now. Peanuts, popular but potentially dangerous. Peanuts are one of the most commonly eaten nuts in the world. But here's the shocker. They're not even true nuts. They're actually legumes, and that difference makes a big impact on your health. Peanuts are highly prone to mold contamination, especially when stored for long periods. That mold produces aflatoxins, toxic compounds linked to liver damage and increased cancer risk, and seniors whose detox systems naturally slow with age are especially vulnerable. But that's not all. Peanuts are very high in omega-6 fatty acids, which can throw your body's balance off and fuel chronic inflammation, one of the leading contributors to arthritis, joint pain, and heart issues in people over 60. Even if you're not allergic, mild peanut sensitivities are surprisingly common. They can trigger low-grade immune responses, worsening digestive discomfort, and making you feel foggy or tired without ever realizing why. And then there's commercial peanut butter, often packed with added sugar, hydrogenated oils, and salt. These additives increase blood pressure, cholesterol, and insulin resistance, a dangerous combo for seniors already managing cardiovascular or metabolic conditions. To make things worse, peanuts go rancid faster than most nuts, especially when roasted or exposed to light. Rancid oils introduce free radicals, unstable molecules that accelerate aging and damage cells. So, while peanuts might seem harmless for seniors, they can be a silent contributor to inflammation, brain fog, and joint pain, all while pretending to be a healthy snack. It's best to limit peanuts or replace them entirely with safer options like almond or sunflower seed butter, both of which provide healthy fats without the mold or inflammation risk. Peanuts may be concerning, but the next nut might be even more deceptive because it looks healthy, feels soft, and tastes like a treat. But for seniors, it's a sneaky source of digestive stress, blood sugar instability, and kidney strain. Cashews. Creamy, popular, but risky for seniors. Cashews are often marketed as a healthy snack, praised for their smooth texture and mild flavor. But beneath that creamy surface lies a nutritional profile that can backfire for older adults. Cashews are surprisingly high in carbohydrates, around 9 grams per ounce, much higher than other true nuts. That makes them one of the worst nuts for blood sugar control. For seniors managing diabetes or prediabetes, this spike can lead to fatigue, dizziness, and worsened insulin resistance. But the concerns don't stop there. Cashews also contain oxalates, naturally occurring compounds that can bind to calcium in your gut. For seniors already at risk of osteoporosis or kidney stones, oxalates block calcium absorption and increase stone formation, especially after age 60. Worse, cashews are often roasted in oils and salted, adding sodium and unhealthy fats, two major culprits in hypertension and cardiovascular strain among aging populations. They're also a choking hazard due to their curved, slippery shape. Seniors with dry mouth, dentures, or trouble swallowing should take extra caution. And here's something most people don't know. Raw cashews contain urushiol, the same toxic resin found in poison ivy. That's why all commercial cashews must be heat-treated. But this processing depletes many nutrients, making cashews less beneficial than you'd expect. Add in enzyme inhibitors that interfere with protein digestion, and you've got a snack that may be harder on your body than it seems. If you've been relying on cashews as a go-to snack, it might be time to rethink that choice, especially if you've noticed bloating, cramps, or unexpected fatigue after eating them. Instead, switch to nutrient-dense options like pistachios or walnuts, both of which offer real benefits for heart, brain, and metabolic health. Sometimes the most elegant and indulgent nuts are the most misleading. Soft, buttery, and praised by many for their taste, macadamia nuts may seem harmless, but they carry steep consequences for seniors. Let's break it down. Macadamia nuts. Delicious, but a metabolic trap. Macadamia nuts are often called a luxury nut, and for good reason. Their texture is creamy, their flavor rich. But they also happen to be the most calorically dense nut available, packing around 200 calories and 22 grams of fat per ounce. That's a serious problem for seniors. Because metabolic rates naturally decline with age, your body burns fewer calories at rest, and excess fat from foods like macadamias is more likely to be stored, leading to gradual weight gain, especially dangerous if you're already managing conditions like diabetes, arthritis, or high blood pressure. And here's the kicker. Macadamias are extremely high in saturated fat, around 3 grams per ounce, which can elevate LDL cholesterol and put added stress on your cardiovascular system. But that's not all. Their dense, hard texture can be harmful for oral health, especially for seniors with crowns, dentures, bridges, or weakened enamel. One bite could damage dental work, or worse, lead to gum irritation or broken teeth. Their high oil content also makes them spoil faster. If not stored properly, macadamia nuts can develop oxidized fats that promote inflammation, increase free radical damage, and stress aging tissues. Add to that the luxurious flavor that makes them easy to overeat, and you've got a nut that quietly sabotages your health behind a deceptively smooth bite. If you've been indulging in macadamias regularly, it might be time to make the switch. Pistachios offer crunch and flavor without the drawbacks, and walnuts provide even better brain and heart benefits. Up next, a nut that's surprisingly small, but can wreak havoc by interfering with your medications, your taste buds, and your appetite. You might not eat them by the handful, but these tiny seeds are hiding in pesto, salads, and even energy bars, and for seniors they can be one of the most dangerous nuts of all. Pine nuts, medication disruptors that mess with taste and health. Pine nuts may look innocent, but they're a hidden hazard, especially for people over 60. Let's start with the biggest red flag: drug interactions. Pine nuts contain compounds that can interfere with over 60% of commonly prescribed medications for seniors, including statins, antidepressants, and blood pressure meds. Most doctors don't warn patients about these food-drug interactions, but the effects can be serious: reduced medication effectiveness, or amplified side effects that put your health at risk. Now here's where it gets bizarre. Have you ever heard of pine mouth? It's a real condition, also known as pine nut syndrome, where eating pine nuts leaves a bitter metallic taste in your mouth for days or even weeks. That might sound harmless, but for seniors, it can be devastating, because loss of taste or changes in taste reduce appetite, and appetite loss is a major contributor to malnutrition and weight loss in aging adults. In fact, research shows that up to 42% of those affected by pine mouth experience weight loss, often without realizing what triggered it. But there's more. Because pine nuts are tiny and slippery, they pose an aspiration risk, especially for older adults who struggle with dry mouth, common with medications, or swallowing difficulties. And don't forget the high levels of polyunsaturated fats, which oxidize quickly. That oxidation produces inflammatory compounds that worsen conditions like arthritis, macular degeneration, and even cognitive decline. So, if you're reaching for pesto or tossing pine nuts on your salad, think twice. There are safer, smarter options that won't interfere with your meds or leave you avoiding food for a week. Let's shift gears and move to a nut that's often seen as sweet, soft, and harmless. But for seniors, the truth is far from sweet. Pecans, the silent, fat trap that slows seniors down. At first glance, pecans seem like the safe nut. They're soft, buttery, and show up in everything from pies to heart-healthy snack mixes. But here's what's rarely talked about. For seniors, pecans are a triple threat to your heart, metabolism, and weight. Let's start with their extremely high fat content. While some fats are beneficial, pecans are loaded with calorie-dense fats, about 200 calories per ounce. That adds up fast, especially for seniors with a slower metabolism. Many older adults struggle with weight gain or insulin resistance, and pecans sneak in more fat and energy than you realize. That extra intake can quietly lead to increased LDL cholesterol and belly fat accumulation, which worsens heart health and mobility. But that's not all. Most commercial pecans are roasted in oils or come candied and salted, compounding the problem with inflammatory fats, sugar spikes, and excess sodium. A nightmare combo for anyone with high blood pressure or joint issues. Even raw pecans, often marketed as healthy, carry a lesser-known risk. They contain anti-nutrients like phytates and tannins. These compounds can interfere with your body's absorption of key minerals, including zinc, iron, and calcium, nutrients seniors desperately need for strong bones, mental clarity, and energy. And while pecans might feel soft on the bite, their richness makes them easy to overeat, especially when baked into desserts. The more you eat, the worse the impact becomes, silently adding to fatigue, inflammation, and sluggish digestion. So, while pecans may taste sweet, their impact is anything but. Choose snacks that energize, not slow you down. Let's recap what we've uncovered. Not all nuts are created equal, and for seniors, the difference can be life-changing. We explored the top 5 nuts that support your aging body. Almonds, packed with calcium and magnesium for bone strength and smooth digestion. Walnuts, a brain-boosting powerhouse rich in omega-3s and memory-protective antioxidants. Pistachios, gentle on blood sugar, rich in eye-protective nutrients, and great for heart health. Brazil nuts, your thyroid's best friend, offering critical selenium and nervous system support. Hazelnuts, great for circulation and healthy cholesterol, with a powerful blend of vitamin E and folate. But we also revealed the 5 nuts you must avoid or eat with extreme caution. Peanuts, mold-prone, inflammatory, and potentially dangerous for liver and cardiovascular health. Macadamia nuts, calorie-dense, saturated fat-heavy, and a major weight and cholesterol risk. Pine nuts, known for taste disruption, drug interactions, and inflammation-triggering fats. Cashews, high in carbs and oxalates, dangerous for blood sugar and kidney health. Pecans, fat-rich and easy to overeat, with anti-nutrients that interfere with mineral absorption. Some of these may have surprised you, and that's exactly why this matters. Remember, it's not about avoiding all nuts, but choosing the right ones for your body, age, and health needs. Just a handful a day of the right kind can mean sharper memory, stronger bones, better blood pressure, and smoother digestion. And steering clear of the wrong ones can prevent joint pain, weight gain, and hidden inflammation from creeping in unnoticed. Your health doesn't demand perfection. It asks for awareness. So now it's your turn. Comment below. Which nuts do you love? And have you noticed how they affect your body? Your story could help someone else make a better choice. And if you found this video valuable, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a health tip that could transform your next 10 years. Stay sharp, stay strong, and remember, your best health starts with one better choice today.